Have you ever felt like society expects you to have a bustling social life even after 70? Like you're supposed to be surrounded by friends, attending gatherings, and staying constantly connected? But what if I told you that you don't need a large circle of friends to be happy? In fact, embracing independence after 70 can be one of the most liberating and fulfilling choices you'll ever make. Today, we're diving into a topic that might surprise you. Why you don't need friends after 70. We will consider 6 reasons to embrace independence and live happier. Now, before we go any further, let me be clear. This isn't about dismissing the value of friendships. Friends can bring joy, support, and companionship, but as we age, our priorities shift, and sometimes the pressure to maintain a busy social life can feel more like a burden than a blessing. What if I told you that letting go of that pressure could actually lead to greater happiness and peace? That's what we're exploring today, so grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's talk about why independence after 70 might just be the key to living your best life. Let's start with the first reason. Freedom to be yourself. After 70, you've earned the right to live life on your own terms. When you're not constantly trying to meet the expectations of others, you can focus on what truly matters to you. Think about it. How many times have you said yes to an event or gathering simply because you felt obligated? Maybe you didn't really want to go, but you didn't want to disappoint someone else. When you embrace independence, you give yourself permission to say no without guilt. You can spend your time doing the things you love, whether that's reading, gardening, painting, or simply enjoying the quiet. This freedom allows you to reconnect with your authentic self, and that's a powerful way to live. Now, let's move on to the second reason. Less drama, more peace. Let's be honest, friendships, especially as we age, can sometimes come with complications. Misunderstandings, differing opinions, or even just the effort required to maintain relationships can create stress. And after 70, who needs that? When you choose independence, you're choosing peace. You're choosing to focus on the relationships that truly matter. Whether that's with family, a partner, or even just yourself. You're also choosing to let go of the drama that can come with trying to please everyone. And let me tell you, there's something incredibly freeing about not having to navigate other people's expectations or emotions. It's like a weight has been lifted, and you can finally breathe. And here's the third reason, rediscovering your passions. When you're not constantly juggling social commitments, you have more time to focus on the things that light you up inside. Maybe you've always wanted to learn a new skill, like playing the piano or painting. Maybe you've dreamed of traveling to a place you've never been. Or maybe you just want to spend more time in nature, soaking up the beauty of the world around you. Independence gives you the space to explore these passions without distraction. It allows you to invest in yourself and your interests, which can bring a deep sense of fulfillment. And the best part? You don't need anyone else's approval or participation to do it. It's all about you. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but won't I feel lonely if I don't have friends? That's a valid concern, and we'll address it later in the video. But for now, I want you to consider this. Loneliness isn't about the number of people in your life. It's about the quality of your connection with yourself. When you embrace independence, you're not isolating yourself. You're simply choosing to prioritize your own well-being and happiness. And that's a choice worth making. So let's recap what we've covered so far. First, independence gives you the freedom to be yourself. Second, it brings more peace by reducing drama. And third, it allows you to rediscover your passions. These are just the beginning, though. In the next part of this video, we'll dive into even more reasons why embracing independence after 70 can lead to a happier, more fulfilling life. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Now that we've talked about the freedom to be yourself, the peace that comes with less drama, and the joy of rediscovering your passions, let's dive into the next reasons why embracing independence after 70 can be so transformative. These points are all about how choosing to focus on yourself can lead to a deeper sense of happiness and fulfillment. So let's keep the conversation going. The fourth reason is this: you can focus on quality over quantity. As we age, our energy and time become more precious. We don't have the same stamina we did in our 40s or 50s, and that's okay. What matters now is how we choose to spend that energy. When you let go of the pressure to maintain a large social circle, you free yourself to focus on the relationships that truly matter. Maybe it's your spouse, your children, or a lifelong friend who's been by your side through thick and thin. These are the people who bring real value to your life. By prioritizing these meaningful connections, you create a support system that's built on depth, not breadth. And let's be honest, having one or two people who truly understand and care about you is far more rewarding than having a dozen acquaintances who barely know the real you. Now, let's talk about the fifth reason. You'll have more time for self-care. After 70, taking care of yourself isn't just important, it's essential. When you're not constantly juggling social obligations, you can dedicate more time to your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Think about it. When was the last time you had a whole day just for yourself? A day where you could focus on eating nourishing meals, getting some gentle exercise, or simply relaxing with a good book. Independence gives you the gift of time, and that time can be used to invest in your health and happiness. Maybe it's starting a daily meditation practice, taking a yoga class, or even just going for a peaceful walk in the park. These small acts of self-care can have a huge impact on how you feel, both physically and emotionally. And when you feel good, you're better equipped to enjoy life to the fullest. And here's the sixth reason. You'll discover the joy of solitude. Now, I know the word solitude might sound a little intimidating at first. We've been conditioned to think of being alone as something negative, but it doesn't have to be. In fact, solitude can be incredibly empowering. When you spend time alone, you give yourself the opportunity to reflect, recharge, and reconnect with your inner self. It's a chance to listen to your own thoughts, explore your feelings, and gain clarity about what you truly want. Solitude can also be a time for creativity and self-expression. Maybe you've always wanted to write a memoir. Try your hand at poetry, or even just journal about your life experiences. These are the kinds of activities that can bring a deep sense of fulfillment, and they're often best done in moments of quiet reflection. So, instead of fearing solitude, try embracing it. You might be surprised at how much joy it can bring. Now, I want to pause for a moment and address something that might be on your mind. What if I do feel lonely? It's a valid concern, and one that many people have when they consider embracing independence. But here's the thing. Loneliness and being alone are not the same thing. Loneliness is a feeling, and it's something that can happen even when you're surrounded by people. The key to overcoming loneliness isn't about having more friends, it's about cultivating a strong sense of self and finding fulfillment within yourself. When you learn to enjoy your own company, you'll find that you're never truly alone. You'll also be more open to forming meaningful connections with others because you're coming from a place of confidence and self-assurance. So let's recap what we've covered in this part. Fourth, independence allows you to focus on quality over quantity in your relationships. Fifth, it gives you more time for self-care, which is essential for your well-being. And sixth, it helps you discover the joy of solitude, which can be a powerful source of happiness and fulfillment. These are all reasons why choosing independence after 70 can lead to a richer, more satisfying life. But we're not done yet. In the next part of this video, we'll explore the final reasons why embracing independence can be so beneficial, and I'll share some practical tips for making the most of this stage of life. Trust me, you're going to want to hear this. We've covered so much already. How independence gives you the freedom to be yourself, brings peace by reducing drama, and allows you to rediscover your passions. We've also talked about focusing on quality over quantity in relationships, making time for self-care, and finding joy in solitude. Now let's dive into the final reasons why embracing independence after 70 can lead to a happier, more fulfilling life. These last points are all about empowerment, growth, and living life on your own terms. So let's finish strong. The seventh reason is this. You'll gain a stronger sense of self. After 70, you've lived through decades of experiences, challenges, and triumphs. You've learned so much about life and about yourself. But sometimes in the hustle and bustle of maintaining friendships and social obligations, we lose touch with who we really are. Embracing independence gives you the space to reconnect with your true self. It's a chance to reflect on your values, your dreams, and what truly matters to you. When you're not constantly trying to meet the expectations of others, you can focus on what makes you happy. This deeper understanding of yourself can lead to greater confidence, clarity, and peace. And let's be honest, there's something incredibly empowering about knowing exactly who you are and what you want. Now let's move on to the 8th reason. You can embrace new opportunities. Independence opens the door to possibilities you might not have considered before. Without the constraints of social obligations, you're free to explore new hobbies, interests, and experiences. Maybe you've always wanted to take a cooking class, learn a new language, or volunteer for a cause you're passionate about. Maybe you've dreamed of traveling solo or starting a small business. The beauty of independence is that it gives you the freedom to pursue these opportunities without hesitation. And here's the thing. Trying something new can be incredibly invigorating. It keeps your mind sharp, your spirit young, and your life full of excitement. So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and embrace the possibilities that come your way. And here's the 9th reason. You'll cultivate gratitude and contentment. When you're not constantly comparing your life to others or trying to keep up with social expectations, you can focus on appreciating what you have. Independence allows you to slow down and savor the simple joys of life. A beautiful sunset, a good book, a quiet moment with a cup of tea. It's about finding contentment in the present moment and being grateful for the life you've built. This sense of gratitude can have a profound impact on your overall happiness. It shifts your perspective from what's missing to what's already there, and that's a powerful way to live. Now let's talk about the 10th and final reason. You'll inspire others. When you embrace independence and live life on your own terms, you become a role model for those around you. Your children, grandchildren, and even your peers will see that it's possible to age with grace, confidence, and joy. They'll see that happiness doesn't come from external validation or a busy social life. It comes from within. By choosing independence, you're showing others that it's okay to prioritize their own well-being and happiness, and that's a legacy worth leaving. So let's take a moment to recap everything we've covered in this video. We've talked about how independence gives you the freedom to be yourself, reduces drama, and helps you rediscover your passions. We've explored the importance of focusing on quality relationships, making time for self-care, and finding joy in solitude. And finally, we've discussed how independence can strengthen your sense of self, open up new opportunities, cultivate gratitude, and inspire others. These are all powerful reasons why embracing independence after 70 can lead to a happier, more fulfilling life. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Independence isn't about shutting people out or isolating yourself. It's about choosing what's best for you. It's about living life on your own terms and finding happiness in your own way. And the beauty of it is that when you're truly happy and fulfilled, you'll naturally attract the right people and experiences into your life. So if you've been feeling the pressure to maintain a busy social life, I encourage you to let go of that expectation. Embrace your independence. Focus on what brings you joy. And remember, it's never too late to live your best life. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What does independence mean to you? How do you plan to embrace it in your own life? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more tips and insights on living a happy, healthy, and fulfilling life after 70. Here's to living life on your own terms and loving every moment of it.